welcome back to another All Things Podcast episode. My name's Isaac, and today I got another guest on the show. This is Lachie from the Knight Bandit YouTube channel. He does many stop motions, and yeah, introduce yourself, Lachie.
Hi.
This is
Um,
Lachie. He's the man behind the Knight Bandit stop motions. Today we'll be
and
showing a preview of his new stop motion titled. What's it titled?
Predator of World War Two.
The Predator of World War II, and we'll be asking the man behind these stop motions, Lachie, why he does what he does, and going deep into his stop motions. Got anything to say to the fans?
I am really famous.
He's really
So,
famous.
he's interviewing me. Can you believe that? I'm
Yeah, yeah.
more
Such a
famous than
famous
this
guy.
guy.
Yep, yep. His last stop motion blew up quite a bit. What's it at now? Nearly 2K
Oh,
views?
yeah, it's only like 1.8K.
Yeah,
But I
that's
only
good.
have 76 subscribers as well. So, that's
Hopefully this podcast plug will get you more traction, get you more engagement, and this Predator stop motion does quite well, and I hope my fans go over to your channel and support you as well. But yeah, today we'll be showing a preview of his stop motion Predator. I made up a little preview for him last night, and we'll be showing you guys. But yeah,
okay.
let's get into the show.
Woo! Go time.
Yes, sir.
TunePocket.com.
Okay, let's jump right into the questions for you, Lockie. I've wrote up a few questions for you, so yeah, let's tell the fans what this man does behind the camera of these stop motions. Yeah, without further ado, I got like 10 questions or so for you, and the first one: when did you start producing and creating stop motions?
Stop motions. I started doing really bad ones actually in like grade 5 with a mate in primary school, but they were just for us. And then I started making some
Yep.
for YouTube, even though they're pretty bad. And I was doing all the voices. Like I would be voicing the
Yeah.
steps, I'll be voicing all the characters, and I'll be voicing the guns. So when they shoot like pew 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 pew, I'll be
Yeah.
doing that. And actually, some of them was on my channel, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
was
funny
looking at
because how bad they are.
I was looking at your old ones last night, and yeah, you're the voice for every single character, but you change your voice tone up a bit, and that's really cool. Like what you do, um, stop motion. It would take a long time, wouldn't it? Like I can't imagine. Like I get frustrated
That's
editing these podcast episodes. The last episode it was 2 hours long, and editing that was so frustrating. Like editing the stop motions with all the frames. Like how long does it take?
well, this one. So I only worked on this one on weekends, which are well, I do that with all of them now,
Yep.
just on weekends. So this I took like 3 hours yesterday, and that was only 700 frames.
Wow.
Um,
700 frames
so
only.
this took no, yeah, this only took at least like 10 hours,
Wow.
like minimum, across like several weeks, obviously, like across the
Yep.
month.
Yeah. Well, what's your like
And this
favorite?
one,
What's your
uh,
favorite part in like production? Is it pre-production? Writing the story. Is it actually filming, or is it like at the
it
end when you're
is.
editing and doing all the voice?
It's coming up with the idea because in your head it looks way better than what it does look
Yeah.
like when
That's
you do it
that's
because
very true.
there's only so many things you can do in stop motion. It's
Yep.
not like animation. Well, like technically it is, but and then also seeing how it turns out because seeing all that hard work actually pay off is
Yes.
nice. But this one, man, this one was a pain
Yeah.
because like I told you before, the I had to put a filter over all of them, over all of the
Every
frames,
frame. Yep.
so I could, so only for like 30 frames total, some of them would look like a different vision mode. So now with every single frame, I had to put another filter over it to make it look normal. It was really annoying.
So you do that for every single shot.
Yeah,
That
pretty
would
much.
that would take age. Like you said, 700 shots for this one. Is
No, that was only 700. It's like 10 seconds. No, this one is 2,000 frames. 700, 800 frames
2000.
yesterday alone.
I don't make slow motions. I got no idea about them. But like, is 2000 a lot for one? Is 2000 not a lot? Is it
Yes.
like, how long is this one? Like
So
5 minutes
mine,
long?
I do mine in 12 frames per second, because then I can be a bit more lazy with it. Don't have to do every single, like, movement, and it's a couple. So, and this one's only like 3 minutes, and this is my longest one yet. And then there's movies that are slow motion. That's like,
Like,
million frames
Isn't
and stuff.
like Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep, they're stop motion,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, that's
Jesus
stop
Christ,
motion.
the creators of that and the people that do that, that would be. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't do it. I don't have the patience. I could not do it.
Yeah, I would really.
And you're a one-man crew, right? You do everything
Yeah.
yourself. Wow.
Yes,
So,
sir.
one-man crew. You're doing. You're writing by yourself. You're shooting, voices,
I
editing.
don't really,
It would take a
I
lot
don't
of
really
time.
write,
You don't.
but
Do you?
I write.
Do you create storyboards? Do you use storyboards?
I used to. The last one I created a storyboard for was um the one with like the clone figures, like the
Yeah,
action figures, not like Lego.
yeah.
But then, because they take a while themselves, so
Storyboards
I'm just
do.
like, no. I
Yeah,
just
that's fair enough.
leave it in my head, even if it doesn't turn out as good. I just leave it in my head. And
Yeah.
this one actually turned out pretty good as well. So the last one.
Yeah, and going back to what you said earlier about, your favorite part is actually writing because, you get your ideas out of your head onto the paper. Like with my
I,
projects I've done for like short films and things, like before, like in pre-production, I'm like, okay, I have the ideas in my head and I'm like, okay, this is going to look so good. Then when I film and edit, it looks totally different to what you imagine because,
yeah.
us humans, we think way, like, we think unrealistically.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
obviously,
gonna be a part.
you don't have a
Uh,
budget
you can
for
do it.
your stop motions, do you?
Me, Palm?
You don't have a budget for your stop motions, do you?
They're on a budget of
Yeah,
$0. So whatever I have already, or what I bought, because
yeah,
I like to have some, like collect some of them, because I am a big Star Wars fan
yeah.
and a big Predator fan. I just use. So yeah, no money.
Do you ever go out to like buy like sets or characters that you want, or do you just use what you have?
No, I don't really buy stuff specifically for
Yeah.
stop motion. Like the Predator one, I bought the Predator because I like the Predator and
Okay.
that sort of stuff. And I recently bought some Clone Commandos from Lego.
Yeah.
I did not buy them for the stop motion,
You just
even
bought
though
them
for
as
being
like you collect
the
them and stuff.
well, some. I just collect the ones I like. I don't collect
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But
That's fair enough.
those Clone Commandos, they will be in the stop motion. They'll be in the next Star Wars one, but they won't be like I didn't buy them for stop motion.
Yeah. Cool. Do in i- in any stage of production, do you ever feel like giving up, like in editing, shooting, writing? Is there a stage you feel like giving up and not doing it, scrapping the project? Never.
No, not
You,
really.
you
Unless it's really bad. If I'm halfway through, no. Um,
That's good.
this
That's
one,
a good
even
mindset.
though like the editing sort of ish
Yeah.
for this one took a long time, I was never like, oh, I'm just gonna quit, because
Yes.
I like the idea of Predator, and I want to see what I could do.
That's good. That's a really good mindset. Like with me, I'm terrible with that. I'm editing. Like I love editing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I want to do editing professionally when I'm older. But sometimes in editing, especially like okay, the last podcast episode, 2 hours long, took days to edit. I was
Hmm.
near the end, it crashed. I hadn't saved in like an hour and a bit of the footage. It was all gone. I spent like an hour trying to find my autosave file. I finally found it and it was there. And the biggest sigh of relief, like
Yeah,
I felt like this giving up then. But that I learned a lesson then. Always save every 5 minutes or every time you edit something important. Always save because this is out to every editor. Always save because if it crashes, you don't always have a chance to get it back, and I'm lucky I just found the folder with the autosaves. But yeah, that's one thing
Yeah.
I always struggle with is like I always feel like giving up at some stage of the production, especially long projects. Not really with like short films because like I love creating films and videos and stuff. But with my podcast, there have been times I wanted to give up. Either in the recording there was something wrong, and I just get frustrated. In editing, I can't do something, I get frustrated. And even coming up with podcast ideas, like writing the run sheet, sometimes it gets frustrating. But overall, when it's done, I'm always happy with it, and I'm thankful I didn't give up because I do. At the end of the day, I do enjoy doing this. It's yes, it's time consuming, but this is something I want to do my whole life basically. In this career, like industry, I guess you could say. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
if you do get big, like your production gets big, I want you to try and get me in with Disney so I can
yeah,
try and pitch them a private movie idea because I have a movie idea
yeah.
and I like it and it's cool, but apparently they don't just accept pitches from no one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I ever do get close to Lucasfilm or Disney, I would put a good
Yeah.
word in, but I don't think I'm ever going to because, like, with Lucasfilm, with Star Wars, like, I haven't enjoyed everything, that Disney have done with Star Wars. Like, the sequels, I wasn't a big fan of. And when you voice your opinion on Star Wars and what Disney have done for Star Wars, if you voice your opinion and it's bad and you're a big content creator and then you influence others and tell them that it's bad, they don't like that, and they're really like biased against you about your opinion. Like if you don't like it, they won't invite you to events, they won't hire you, and like personally, I think like that makes me like sad because this big company, because someone has a small opinion about one or two of their things, they aren't gonna ever talk to them, invite them to things like
Yeah.
Star Wars events or hire them. And thankfully, I'm not too big yet, so hopefully, my opinion hasn't got to them yet. I don't think it would have, but I just hope my opinion on things doesn't change the way they think about me, or like say, oh, we're not gonna ever hire this guy. He didn't like the sequels. Not everything. I liked the Force Awakens. I was a fan of that. I was, but
Force Awakens actually pretty good.
yeah, like The Last Jedi, some things I loved. The cinematography, visually, The Last Jedi was appealing. I just didn't like the story. And every single movie, not everyone's gonna like the story. That's my personal opinion. I love Star Wars. I love The Mandalorian. I love Rebels, The Clone Wars, The Bad Batch, The Force Awakens, as I said, Rogue One, Solo. So it's just really The
That one's
Rise
good.
of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. I didn't really like. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like. I don't like everything about it, but I also don't hate everything about it. Like visually, they're amazing. Cinematography is amazing, but the storyline I don't like. That's two things, and so I hope my opinion on that doesn't change the way they think about me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that's my little venting, I guess, about Disney and Lucasfilm at the moment. I love the companies, many things they've done. I've loved, but I just hope because I have two small opinions on two of their projects, two of their films, and I hope that doesn't change the way they hire me, or I don't know. I'm 15. I don't know. I might. Who knows where I'll be in 10 years if I want to still be doing this. If I still want to be in the film industry, who knows? Things change. But yeah,
Probably be uni in 10 years.
well, yeah. If I ever do get close to them, I'll definitely put a good word in about your stop motion. So show them some of your stuff.
I got.
And yeah, who knows? Who knows? Like, I believe you could go far with it because you're only 15 as well. So, they are really good. Like, the quality's going up lately of your projects. And no, they're really good. And hopefully, Predator gets the traction it will deserve.
I hope it does.
Yeah. Also, this is a question I've actually haven't asked you this, but do you market or like advertise your stop motions, or do you just upload them? You just upload them and let YouTube do its thing and see if it gets traction.
I just post it and then I hope it does well. I actually personally I watched it a couple of times because I like watching it
Yeah.
and maybe to get the views up as well. And I do upvote as well because I'm one of those guys.
Like I like
Um,
sharing the videos. Everyone.
but everyone, I'm sure everyone who's small does it, right? Everyone's who's small pretty much does it.
Yeah. Next to the
So
like,
yeah,
no harm in doing. I've always done it. No,
yeah.
no shame.
So,
So yeah, you don't like advertise on social media, run ad campaigns, just let YouTube's algorithm do its thing.
yep, YouTube
Yeah,
algorithm.
that's I hate advertising and marketing my podcast episodes. Obviously I have to do it. I do it every episode, but it is time consuming, and I hate just writing stuff up on social media saying why you should watch the episode and trying to get people's eye and trying to get them to click the link to watch it. But strategies I've learned over the past year doing my podcast, coming up on a year nearly. It's on the 11th of September. All Things Podcast will be 1 year old. A year already. I started off with
Right,
I
the
used
11th.
I had a co-host. I had a co-host. He did 3 episodes and he's left. I don't know if I'll let you guys know why. Um, we won't say
That's
who
funny.
he is. You guys know him as Jamie. I don't know if he'll ever come back. We're still good
Um,
mates, but yeah, we won't talk about that. Maybe on the 1 year anniversary. I don't know, but yeah, again going back to marketing and advertising. I don't.
did
It's
you
a
say
long
it was
process,
the?
but
Did you say it was the 11th of December
11th of September.
or September?
September, yeah. So nearly a year. Um, a week.
Okay.
2 weeks. 2 weeks today.
I remember
And All Things Podcast
when.
will be 1 year old.
Yeah, I remember when Kenobi was coming out, and you tweeted, that you got mad because
Because it
it didn't come
came
out
out
like
earlier.
at the right hour.
Yeah, I was at
Man,
school
that
because
was
it
such
was meant
tweet.
to come out, 5 p.m. that time in Australia on that day, and they made it earlier for everyone at Star
Yep.
Celebration, so it came out at 2 p.m. instead. And I was at school, and I remember we were in drama class together, and I was on
Darn
drama
it! It's
class.
not like you can rewatch it.
I I was so mad. I always get angry at them for
Yeah.
delaying stuff, and then I still
So
get angry when they
rewatching
move it
menu
forward.
sucks.
Like I can't be happy. But no, with advertising marketing, obviously it does work and it's an important part if you want to actually grow. But I don't enjoy doing it. Obviously over the past year I've learned strategies that help with getting more clicks, and they've worked definitely. But yeah, it's something you got to do. And not everything in production in doing a podcast is fun. Majority I love doing it. Other things like are frustrating. Definitely, probably marketing is the one thing I probably hate the most. But yeah, um, no, I know a lot of people that do podcasts and do YouTube that don't advertise and promote their stuff, and they still grow big. Like at the moment, TikTok is an easy way to grow big, and I've been getting lots of clips from past podcast episodes and uploading them on TikTok, and they get thousands of views, and it's really good to draw draw people in to your podcast. So thanks TikTok. TikTok helps a lot with promotion. But not everyone needs to promote. Some people get lucky. Some people have to do it the hard way, and some people go viral on one video, and then their whole life changes. Hopefully it
I don't
happens
really
to
like
us
it.
one day. But I think it's time. I think it's time for all the fans to see the preview of your new stop motion. You reckon it's time, Lachie?
I think it is time.
You think it's
Mm-hmm.
time? All right, everybody. We're gonna play the preview, and edit for me. I made the preview for him.
My
Obviously, all
camera.
credit goes to Lachie for creating the stop motion. And yeah, here's the preview.
Ew, what happened to him? That's not our problem. That crowd probably deserved it anyway. Can't be serious, sir. We'll rest here, then we'll move up to the radio tower. We have to find out who or what did this to him.
Okay, in the discussion.
Huh? Shoot it. We need to leave right now. on fire! Oh my god. Come on. Are you wounded?
All right, Lockie, you just saw that preview for the first time, as well as everybody else. Do you approve of what I made for your Predator World War Two, stop motion, the little preview? What do you think?
Yeah, man, that was pretty good, man. I liked
Yeah.
it. It was nice. You didn't give too much away. It was good.
Glad you approve of it. As people already didn't approve of your own stop motion preview, but yeah, it didn't take very long, 30 minutes to an hour. Quick little preview for all the fans. But at the end, I did say coming to Night Bandit or Night Bandit YouTube channel soon because I don't know a release
Yes.
date. Do you have a release date in mind? Are you just gonna release it whenever? Do you have a release date in mind?
Well, depending on when the stop motion comes out, which will hopefully be today, probably Tuesday, this week Tuesday, or
So the stop
or
motion,
just
the
whenever I
podcast
feel like it, to
episode
be
will
honest.
release today if I finish editing. So Tuesday for the stop motion.
Yeah.
It's okay. 30th of August, guys. On the Night Bandit
Um,
YouTube channel.
Most likely, most likely Tuesday, and if
Most
it's not
likely.
Tuesday, it'll be on the weekend.
Okay. So
So
either 30th of August or the 3rd or 4th of September if it releases it on the weekend.
mhm,
So
yeah, man,
get ready, guys. Yeah, on the Night Bandit YouTube channel. I'll link it down below for you guys.
get ready. Yes,
But yeah, that's a little
indeed.
preview. Get hyped. It looks really good. I've obviously seen the whole thing because I did that preview for him, and I think the fans are gonna love it. I hope it gets the traction it will deserve. When you work on things for a long time and they don't do as good as you would have hoped, it really is like annoying to see like no numbers because you worked so hard on it. But then again, sometimes you just want to do things for yourself and you just upload it because you have fun doing it, and it's not always about the numbers. And yeah, but I hope it does well for you. And yeah, that preview is exclusive to All Things Podcast, by the way. It won't be on the Night Bandit YouTube channel. It's exclusive to All Things Podcast listeners and viewers. So if you're listening today, then congrats, you got to see the teaser. Uh, yeah,
All right, now just before we do whatever next before end it, let's get something straight. It will not be the best thing ever because I'm doing it all by myself, like we said before.
yeah.
So the quality obviously will not be great. So don't have your bar raised too high. It won't be like movie level.
Of
All right,
course,
but
but
it
I
starts it starts
admit.
decent. The mid's pretty good, and it ends.
Okay. Well, I personally I really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody else does. For a 15-year-old, it was really good, and I hope people take into fact like they realize
Yeah.
that it's done by a 15-year-old, and not by this big movie studio. But for a 15-year-old, wow. And I think if you had a big budget, you had other people working with you, you could create something epic. So yeah,
Yeah, I have a
soon,
set that's longer than 30 centimeters, to be honest with
yeah. Well, soon Predator will be on Night Bandits. Get hyped, everybody. And yeah, I think that's about good for
you.
today's podcast episode. Thank you, Lockie, for coming on to the show. Night Bandit himself, the man behind the camera, the man who creates all these stop motions and runs the YouTube channel Night Bandit. I hope Predator does good. I'll keep everybody up to date. I'll let everybody know in the next episode how it went. And yeah, thanks, Lockie, for coming on to the show. Uh, any final words for the fans?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Um, no, not really.
Okay, well,
Screw you guys now. Okay.
yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show, and I hope all the fans enjoy. Check out Lockie on his YouTube Night Bandit, and yeah, thanks for coming on to the show, man.
Come on. Get to the channel. Come on. What are you waiting for?
Yes, go subscribe to
Alrighty.
Night Bandit.
Peace out.
Hi guys, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of All Things Podcast, episode 23. I'm gonna have something very special soon for on September 11. for the 1 year anniversary of All Things Podcast and AT Multimedia. So, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video on the Styles channel, in the next live stream on Twitch, or the All Things Live Arcade, in the next podcast episode, in the next whatever. Go check out Lachie. Go check out Predator this week soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lachie. Bye-bye.
Knight Bandit.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Was epic. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Ew, what happened to him? That's not our problem. That crowd probably deserved it anyway. Can't be serious, sir. We'll rest here, then we'll move up to the radio tower. We have to find out who or what did this to him.
Okay, in the discussion.
Huh? Shoot it. We need to leave right now.